Hey guys, Trent here, coming at you with another video. So of course we'll look at some sales and maybe even some shenanigans if you're lucky. But also before that we'll talk a little bit about some recent eBay policy changes. So if you're new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Trent. I'm a part-time reseller on eBay. I do it for fun and profit, and I take you along for the journey. So please hit that subscribe button for more great videos in the future. Yeah, so in this video, it's my turn to talk a little bit about the recent eBay policy change that has happened. So due to recent, events, I think, that's been going on in the United States and the world in regards to racial equality and things of that nature, eBay has went ahead and take the measures to go ahead and update their policies to try to make sure that that everybody is playing nice and not putting up any material that could possibly offend somebody. Or I think possibly they're covering their bases, so if somebody does say that if an item is offensive, I think they're just gonna not ask any questions. They're just gonna take it down, is what I think is gonna be. So it has to do with offensive materials, and honestly it's kind of like it has to do with racial offensive materials, is what I've observed from the policy change, because it talks about like Nazi related items, World War II Nazi related items, of course United States slavery items and stuff like that. Anything that had to do with that, the way they laid out the policy, it seems like almost you can have it taken down for it being offensive, but you can also list it up, and if nobody's offended by it, I guess you can sell it. It's kind of vague, like whether they're going to take it down or not, because it kind of says you're not limited to sell certain items, but you are. So in the comment section, correct me if I'm wrong, but it almost sounded like they left it open like that, kind of like, hey, we're telling you this stuff is offensive, but no harm, no foul if nobody claims that it's offensive, I guess. Of course, in my opinion, that means that you should just stay away from it entirely. World War II Nazi stuff, stuff that had to do with slavery in the United States, just stay away from it. Anything that had something comes to my mind. There was a Disney, I'm sure it's probably included now. There's this rare Disney, like real live, it has real live people in a cartoon. I forgot what it's called, but it's a controversial Disney film. I think it was Disney, and it sold for a lot of money on eBay. I can't remember the name of it right now. If I'll put it up on the screen if I can. I'll research it and put it up, the title of it on the screen. But I think it had, it portrayed African American people in kind of a, that stereotypical negative way that made it controversial. But I know that was rare and hard to find, and it sold for a lot of money. Something like that you probably can't safely put up for sale anymore. But again, I just wonder if it's going to be a situation where if nobody complains about it, will it actually get taken down? I'm certainly not going to try it. I don't have anything like that to try with anyways. The biggest thing that came to my mind, the biggest thing that I heard people talk about, which made a lot of sense, was the Aunt Jemima syrup, advertisements. The old, I think the syrup used to come in glass jars with the Aunt Jemima figure, molded, from the glass. And some of those, I'm sure there's people that like to collect that stuff. It's probably a no-no now. So what I'm going to do and what I recommend is just, if you see any kind of if you come across, I don't come across that stuff very often, but if you happen to, I would just stay away from it. If any doubt in your mind at all, it's probably best just to stay away from it. There's plenty of other items to source. It's not worth it. It's not worth putting your money into something that's gonna possibly offend somebody, and possibly, you won't be able to sell it. So let me know out there. Has this affected you guys yet? Has anything been flagged, taken down, anything like that? Maybe some old memorabilia stuff that you had. All right, my Pathfinder tale of books. I got this box still full of them. I got the set. Somebody bought what I had currently listed. One buyer bought a set of 3, and then another buyer bought 2 sets of 3. So I messaged them and said, hey, I got more. I relisted it. I figured out this is the title I have the least of. I have only 18 left of it after this, so I can make the sale 18 more times. I got a bunch of the Death Heretics back there. And actually, there's another box I have somewhere. Oh yeah, this box over here is full of, I think, the Death Heretic books too. That was the one that had the most. So then I suppose I could make a lot. After I sell out with the Liar's Blade, I can make a lot of just the two, the Pirate's Honor and Death Heretic. Then we'll go to that. Yeah, I did another little thrift run, found some pretty good stuff here. Well, a lot of it's Nerf, but first off, let's look at this other stuff. Here's it's like a weather station by Lacrosse Technology. It was 99 cents, and I looked this thing up and I saw one that sold like this without, I think it's supposed to have a remote that goes with it, but I saw one sold without the remote for like 15 bucks, so I was like, yeah, obviously it works. And I picked up a couple of video game media items. I picked up for $2.99 for myself, for my Blu-ray collection. I got Red Heat Schwarzenegger, pretty cool, add it to the Schwarzenegger collection. $2.99, not bad for a Schwarzenegger Blu-ray. Then for $5.99, I got this Xbox One game. I just decided I'm going to start picking up Xbox One games, might as well. They're dirt cheap right now. It's not dirt cheap, it was $5.99, but this is Duke Nukem World 3D Tour. I remember playing Duke Nukem on PC in the 90s, and I think this is a compilation of that stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. A good way to kick off me just kind of like hanging on to Xbox One games. Maybe eventually I'll get the console and try them out. But, you know, certain generations of console games are going to be in the store available and in the thrift store available and going to be for really cheap. So pick them up now, because 5-10 years down the road, whenever the next system is already off and they no longer make for this system, people will start looking for these probably. So it's definitely a kind of thing where you get it and you hold on to it. I would say this is not going to sell for very much right now, but who knows down the road. It depends on how limited the printings were of these games, of course, as well too. And you know, this Duke Nukem 3D Tour, I have no idea. And keep in mind, nowadays on systems like Xbox One, people can just get the game, I think, just digitally only if they want to. I'm not entirely sure about how that works, but so the physical copies of the games could possibly be limited, especially on certain titles. So as we're moving out of physical media and into just straight up, strictly digital, stuff like this could be something that somebody wants to collect. Alright, I got a couple good individual Nerfs. $1.99, another Mega Cyclone Shock. Add to the Mega Lots. Here's a good one. $1.95, a Strife. Got to test it out, but if this one tests out good, this is one of my favorite blasters to pick up because it's one of the smallest blasters that's worth the most money, sort of, you could say. I would say it's definitely worth 20 to 25 bucks by itself, and you know, it's usually priced cheap and it's very light, you know, very small. Another individual blaster, $1.95, was a Modulus, which is nice because I picked up another Modulus I'm going to show you. So this is, I forgot, this is it has a number and letters and stuff for the model number. I forgot what it's called, but I'm going to be able to make a Modulus lot because I got this for $1.95. Then I got a $5.95 bag that had 3 Nerf blasters in it. One of them was a Modulus regulator. So if I test both those out and they work good, I'm going to make a combination lot. I think I may have some more Modulus accessories to piece with it, some magazines and all that stuff. Test this stuff up and make a nice little Modulus lot. Regulator is a pretty good blaster too for a resale. Then in that bag was another tri-brake for Mega, so add to the Mega stuff again. And a white Maverick. I'm not sure how common the white Maverick is. We'll have to see. I'll look it up real quick. Can't remember if I've had a white Maverick before or not. So different color scheme, obviously not the standard yellow or blue are the most common ones you're going to see for paint. This white one is definitely not one you see as often. So we'll see. And finally I picked up for $2.95 a Nerf dart tag. I forgot what this guy's called, but I think people still look for it. It's not the best blaster because I think it takes like C or D batteries. But maybe the Swarmfire is maybe what it's called. Could be wrong about that. This one has an a detachable stock. $2.95. I think it's okay to pick up, and occasionally I'll get some more dart tag blasters, and I throw a couple little pistols with it and make a lot. All right, what are we selling today?
What we're selling today is Doom in a Doom.
Double Doom.
Double Doom.
Doom. Okay, so this was I found computer games recently. These were some Doom games that were missing all the discs and everything though. So it's just a box and oops. Still a price tag on there, I didn't notice. Oh well, I'm gonna leave it like that. So it was missing the discs. I messaged the buyer real quick and said, hey, you understand it doesn't have the discs, right? So it was the Doom 3 and the expansion pack, Resurrection of Evil for Doom 3 boxes and all the inserts and case kind of stuff. So for the PC. So total price paid by the customer, $14.83. So let's throw this in an 8x6x4. Hopefully it's under 16 ounces so we can do first class, but if not, we'll see what we're gonna do. See what it's gonna weigh. Oh.
2.
Yeah, just barely over a pound, so. So I'll just see what the priority mail rate is gonna be. All right, what we got next?
It's an empty Nintendo case.
Those are vintage cases.
Nintendo.
Yeah, 3 vintage Nintendo carry cases. These would be like the ones you probably saw at rental stores a lot of times back in the day. People like these. For my collecting, I don't like these too much. I like the regular cases. So these 3 right here though sold for total price paid by the customer, $14.58. So we'll throw those in an 8x6x4 inch as well. So 8x6x4 should be fine. Somebody can get a couple more. Oh, just killed the tape roll, but I was just done with it, so.
A little over a pound.
No, it's 12 ounces.
Huh?
11.8,
oh, yeah.
12 ounces. So first class 12 ounce shipment. And that does it for a Wednesday evening. This hand. And that does it for a Wednesday evening. And that does it for a Wednesday evening. Take 2. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know about any interesting eBay tips, tricks, finds, or just leave a comment down in the comment section to say hi. Always appreciate it. Or questions or ideas for videos in the form of a question are great in the comment section. If your question is good enough, I'll make a video out of it. So, once again, I hope you enjoyed and have a good day.